So linebacker. Let's go ahead and get back on. In Coach Kevin Steele's defense, Mark, it's very multiple. And if you listen to Coach Cristobal's presser, he left a lot of breadcrumbs as to what he was looking for. And what he was looking for was multiple on offense, multiple on defense. I think we checked that off pretty well with what we put together when it came to Coach Josh Gaddis out of Michigan as far as the multiplicity. Now on defense, I feel the same thing with Coach Kevin Steele. He's coached 3-4, 4-3, hybrid nickel, 4-2-5, whatever you want to call that scheme. He's coached that very well also. Now, strong side linebacker / star. Now, this same position was listed as a striker last year. Now it's called a star. It's the same thing as far as strong side linebacker. It's just in the 4-2-5, that other player was listed similar as a nickel, where they would line up on the slot receiver and basically be in coverage. All right. Now they're a linebacker, so that means they're going to be in between the nearest threat from the tackle and the receiver. Okay, just a simple external viewpoint. I think the first player that comes to mind when you think about that might be our most diverse player on defense, and that's GB3, Gilbert Frierson. Now, Gilbert Frierson, just to speak personally, was the best defensive player in 2020. He was our most consistent, and probably one of my best highlight tapes, and my favorite highlight tape to make was Gilbert Frierson 2020. Now, 2021 rolls around, and he was pushed aside for Amari Carter, who moved down from safety to striker when he had done nothing wrong to lose his job, which is why a lot of us have called seniority or, elderism or however you want to call it when it came to the previous coaching staff and the way that they coach things. Correct. Gilbert Frierson is 6 foot, 6'1", 210, redshirt junior. He graduated from Miami already. He wears number 3. I think he's going to have a resurgence as I don't know if I want to say the best defensive player, but I'm going to say he's going to double that, what you see down there. I think he's going to have 80-plus tackles. I think he's going to have about 6 or 7 TFLs and 2 sacks. And I'm going to say an interception or 2. Gilbert Frierson is a playmaker. And him being close to that line of scrimmage, him having the freedom of not being too close to where a lineman can get a grab of him because he's only 210, and him being too far where he would have to try to cover the space with speed, which is something he kind of lacks. The outside linebacker position is perfect for him as far as for him to succeed. Okay. I think he's going to play very, very well. Going to our next prospect. Keontra Smith, 5'10", 205-pound junior. He wears number 4. He's more of your safety-ish outside linebacker, cover guy. He can come down and hit you if you want to, but he's really more of a H1H. When you say the star position will split the difference, what does that mean? Okay, hold on. Let me try to find my marker. Oh, Mark, I hope you don't mind. I hope this doesn't mess up your cut-ups. I know you like doing your cut-ups.
No. This is your show. Go to it.
So let's do it this way so that you can see. Oh, actually, let's take the tight end out. Okay, let's put the tackle. So you got your defensive end outside shade here, and you're going to have your star corner. Okay. All right. So this is what I mean by, yeah, there we go, Mark. I was going to say, can I get the full screen? All right. This is what we mean by split the difference. So before, what would happen with our striker in the previous coaching staffs is that our striker would be here, head up on the nearest threat. Split the difference means the star position is going to be right in between that tackle and its nearest threat. Okay. So what that means is if they try to throw a bubble with the wide receiver, he can come down on that. Okay. If they try to, so he's close enough to where he can kind of meet them on that swing. If they try to do a stretch outside, and then all he has to do is just defeat the block of a wide receiver coming down on him. If they tried to run a stretch that way. Okay. It's just the best way to really address it. So therefore, I'm not too on the receiver to where I'm out of position to play the run, and I'm not too close to the tackle to where I'm just outflanked. Okay, so that's what we mean by split the difference. Okay, thank you for that question, Brian. I was gonna wait to answer that, but I figured if I did, that we would be way on safeties or corners or something like that. All right. So we'll get back to it with our strong side linebacker star position. Next player is going to be Avery Huff, a name that just has so much hype, and it's not Avery Huff's fault. It's the fan base. It's and I'm not being sarcastic. Like genuinely, there are a lot of people who had just attached themselves to his wagon because he's 6'2", 6'3", 210 pounds, and looks good and can fly, and he's your prototypical striker. And things haven't just, things haven't really stepped out for him yet. He was a special teams guy in 20. He redshirted in 19. Academic redshirt to be more specific. In 2021, he didn't really see the field that much, as you can see. So we're hoping that it shows up for him. He has the size, athletic, but I want to see the light bulb go off for a guy like Avery Huff. I wouldn't want to have to see him go somewhere else to be successful because I think he's a Miami caliber prospect, and I want to see him live through that. Okay. And then another rotational guy right now, Tyler Johnson, 6'2", 212-pound sophomore, wears number 51. He is also Jaquan Johnson's little brother, former safety at Miami, Jaquan Johnson. So that's your strong side, star, outside linebacker position. Okay. Let's move on over to the middle. The middle. A position that has been very grateful to Miami with guys like Ray Lewis, with guys like Dan Morgan, guys like John Vilma, guys like Burgess, who wore 52 before Ray. James Burgess, I believe his first name is. Played with the early 90 Kings. But tough position for Miami right now. Tough one. So we'll start out with Corey Flagg, Jr., 5'10", 230-pound sophomore, wears number 11. Had some flashes last year and made some plays every now and again, was really out of position in some instances. He's a run-first guy, a big hitter, old school throwback, kind of 3-4 Mike kind of guy. Playing in a 4-2-5, I think, was not the good call for the coaches to put him in that position because he's not a cover guy. And he's not the fastest guy in the world. And I think those are the two things that defense requires you to have. Move on to the next young man, Tyreek Austin Kane, 6 foot, 225-pound, true sophomore, wears number 18. Bigger dude, more spacious, can move a little bit more laterally than the previous prospect, excuse me. I'm excited for him. I think he could be our starting Mike because of what he really brings to the table. The size requirement, really hitting people in the mouth. I like what Tyreek Austin Kane brings to the table. Now I think he could be good for Miami. Next up, you have Deshaun Troutman, 5'10", 208-pound True sophomore, again, wore number 19. He was a special teams guy for Miami last year. Don't know if he really played, like as far as statistically, have a lot of stats. But I know he ran down as a gunner, ran down on kickoff for Miami in 2021. Project player, in my opinion. Um, Very technically sound. I loved his high school tape. Loved it. Very technically sound, kind of a hard hitter. Um, at least in the high school level, was a really good tackler. I don't know what he's going to do to bring to the NFL, college level just yet. But I was very optimistic watching this film because he was an extremely technically sound Mike. And I think we need that on this team. Move on over to the weak side linebacker conversation. I think this one starts with Wayman Steed, a 5'11", 225-pound redshirt senior. Been around for a while, Mark. For a while. I believe he was class of 2018 for Miami. He's played sparingly, injured a lot, tore ACLs, hips, things of that nature. But last year, when he got a chance to play, he made some nice plays. Was number 17 for Miami. Had a couple sacks and TFLs for us last year. And had some flashes when he was out there on the football field before he had to jog off the football field every time he made a play. Behind him, I'm going to go with Chase Smith, 6'4", 210-pound true sophomore. See, look at that, 55 tackles, 5.5 TFLs and a sack. Wayman Steed was doing well. Now, Chase Smith wears number 41. Now, this is the other big hype train guy. I mean, his high school film was amazing. Talking about a guy, he played safety, he played receiver, he's playing running back, and he was just coming to Miami to play linebacker. So he had a very, very, very memorable play. 4th and 1, the Duke Blue Devils are in the game against Miami, and he's on the weak side of a double tight look out of 12 personnel. They run a 24 stretch. He shoots backside B gap and pops the running back in the backfield on 4th and 1, turnover on down Miami ball. And it really was a big eye opener. That was the one TFL you guys saw on the stat sheet. It was a big eye opener to us Miami fans that we got a guy. We got a linebacker on the roster. Could take some time, but he's a very, very good prospect. Reminds me of a Tallahassee guy. I'm gonna get my brain checked, but he reminds me of a Tallahassee guy by the name of Telvin Smith, who played for the Jaguars for a while. As far as that wiry, linky guy, but just had the speed and instincts and knack to go make plays. And I believe Chase has that same in him. And behind them, I have Wesley Blasaint, the true freshman from Miami Central, 4-star recruit. I think he was a top 30 linebacker in the country. 6 foot, 205-pound freshman wearing number 31. Sean Spencer's number 31. So really happy for what he's going to bring to the table, man. I'm super excited. Happy we landed him. If our previous coach was still a coach, he was not coming here. He was going to go to Gainesville. But he's coming to Miami. He's at Miami. He's currently on the team right now, working out with everybody in spring ball. So not only did he sign with Miami, he's an early enrollee. He's here and learning the scheme. Keep Wesley Blasaint in the back of your mind. I think he's going to be great for Miami. That concludes linebacker.